Dorothy Cadbury was born in 1892 and lived until the fine old age of 95. She was a member of the famous Cadbury family of Bournville, whose name is synonymous with chocolate. Dorothy was a director of the Cadbury's confectionery company. But aside from the family business, she was also a skilled amateur botanist and an active member of the Botanical Society for the British Isles. She also has a very important history with the Warwickshire Museum. In 1971, Dorothy Cadbury was the lead author of the book A Computer-Mapped Flora of Warwickshire. This book was the culmination of a project that used early emerging computer technology to catalogue and create a census of Warwickshire's plant life and its biodiversity. This was completely groundbreaking. Today we take for granted how computer technology underpins a huge amount of scientific investigation and a lot of museum collections management. Through this botanical work, Dorothy formed a close association with the Warwickshire Museum and, in particular, formed a great working relationship with our Curator of Natural History at that time, Pam Copson. Dorothy collected and created over 700 pressed plant or herbarium sheets, which are part of the natural history collection looked after by Warwickshire Museum. So, what exactly is a herbarium sheet, you might ask? Well, many of you have probably made a version of one yourself when pressing a special flower in a book for remembering. In the botanical and museum context, a field collector takes a specimen of plant life, carefully recording its location information. Afterwards, it is pressed flat while being dried out as quickly as possible, which will help preserve the colour better. Once this is done, that specimen is mounted on conservation grade acid-free card using either special glue or adhesive strips. Then finally, all of the key information about that specimen is written on a label, which is then stuck onto the card. If we take a closer look at the label for this specimen, we can see that at the top scientific name is given, along with the location that it was found and a grid reference. More information about the habitat, the frequency of the specimen, and what the conditions of that location were. Then a date of collection is given and the name of the person doing the field collecting. In this case, it was Dorothy Cadbury herself. You might also notice on this label that there is a stamp showing that this specimen formed part of Dorothy's computer-mapped flora. On this particular herbarium sheet, we can see that additional notes have been added alongside the standard label. This looks to be the back of an envelope, and it contains an opinion of the identification of the specimen, as well as noting the background of Dorothy Cadbury, and would have been added later. As well as her scientific pursuits, Dorothy was also a very talented artist. These two passions came together in the form of botanical watercolours. Dorothy was able to travel very widely, and she painted many of the plants she recorded from all around the world. But a great many of her paintings are from Warwickshire plants, made when she was collecting for her computer-mapped flora project. The Warwickshire Museum is very fortunate to include a collection of Dorothy's watercolours. These were kindly donated by her sister Geraldine upon Dorothy's death in the late 1980s, in recognition of the special relationship that Dorothy had with Warwickshire and the museum service.